If you want to create a business besides your full-time employment, you need to be very efficient with your time. And one way of doing that is automating certain tasks. In my case, I'm trying to automate social media posts. And here we have an example. I let AI generate this tweet using a MCP. And today I'm going to show you how powerful it is and how you can use it by yourself without needing any coding experience. Talking about coding and development experience, today's video is sponsored by WP Codebox. It's a code snippets plugin that allows you to manage your code snippets directly in WordPress. And I'm using it for managing my Google Tag Manager, my Plurdy scripts, but also some shortcodes. If you're interested in using WP Codebox yourself, there will be a link in the description down below. Thank you for sponsoring this video, WP Codebox. Now let's continue, because what actually is a MCP server? An MCP server allows you to bridge the gap between AI and apps. If you ever build something with automation, for instance with N8N or OttoKit itself, then you know you have to connect all kinds of applications to do certain tasks. What a MCP server does is taking a way for you to create the flow. You can just interact with a chat application like you normally do, and then let it create and do the task for you instead of you needing to create the automation workflow all by yourself. And it's really easy to set up. So let me show you. Let's go into OttoKit. I already have a license. If you don't have a license for OttoKit yet, you can try out MCP servers for free right now until it gets into beta. So there will be a link in the description down below for OttoKit as well. Then you can follow these steps if you have created an account. We create a MCP server. It is a test server. And then you will add a tool. It's the application you want the integration with. In our case, we can set up X or X.com. I already set up the server connection, but if you don't have that yet, you can create a new connection. And then you need to fill in the consumer API key or the consumer API key secret. You can find more information in this article. If you want to set this up, you can follow these steps now, and I'll wait for a little bit. Right, I hope you're done, because we're going to continue. If you have set it up, then the next step is to select the connection name and then allow them to post a tweet. We'll add the tool, and then it successfully has been added. Next up, you need to connect your AI to the MCP tool. Now, I will be using Visual Studio Code, but there will be other platforms that you can connect to as well. For instance, Claude Desktop, Cursor IDE, or OpenAI. They all have a step-by-step guide on how to set it up and how to use the MCP server. For me, I want to have a little bit of a challenge, so I will just use this one and then set this up in VS Code. Now, if you don't know the steps, you can follow them with me. I will leave a link in the description down below for the Visual Code page. Here we have our Visual Code. Then you press Ctrl-Shift-P, add a server by typing in MCP add server, and then you get an option to add the command or add HTTP. We want to have the HTTP side, so we press that one, and then we just need to go back to OttoKit and copy and paste the whole URL in here. Hit enter, then it asks what kind of name it needs to have, so we can type in OttoKit, and then we have added our MCP server, and AI can now connect to it. We can try that out, so we go into here, and we ask our chat application, in this case Copilot, to generate a post for us. I see that I need to connect this up with my GitHub, so let's do that real quick. And now it will be doing our job, hopefully. Now it says that it can't do our job. I see that I made one mistake. We need to add agent, change it more, we'll end the current session. That's fine. Let's copy this, and then instead of added, we pick agent or press Ctrl-Shift-I, hit yes, and then we ask the question again and let it create a post for our MCP server. Here we see that the tweet post has been found, and we can now create the tweet. So we just run it And as we can see, it now has added the tweet. And if we look into our X post, we see that just set up MCP server with AutoKit inside the Visual Studio Code, seamless integration, powerful automation, and next level productivity. Now, this was a little bit of a silly trial to make it work in my Visual Studio Code, but yeah, it's a free version that we can use directly, and we have some models available for free for us so that we can just run this kind of things. Now I want to know what you think. How can MCP help you and your business? As you can see, it was really easy to set up with AutoKit. You basically create a AI assistant. So if you have some crazy ideas that you want me to test out, leave a comment down below. And as always, keep designing.